Do you guys remember yesterday? Do you remember yesterday? I was talking about this guy. His handle over on TikTok is Razzle Dazzle Mo. He had an ultimatum for Mike Johnson. Let me remind you guys what it is that he said first, just in case you guys didn't see the original.
Here's a message for Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Pay attention, bud. This is for Mike Johnson. If you're not Mike Johnson, you can keep scrolling or you can stay here and listen to what I have to say. Hey, Mike, you have until Wednesday to swear her in. Wednesday. Or I will release your Grindr profile and your IP address. I bring receipts, bitch. You're not going to sit there and actively work against LGBTQ rights and democracy. It is treason. Yeah, I'm calling you out for treason. You have until Wednesday to swear her in and let democracy take its course, or I will release your Grindr profile and your IP address. Connects both to you, Mike. The choice is yours. Do the right thing. Because I'm petty. And I'm not above this bullshit. Go f*** yourself.
The kicker every time I've heard that is the back end. Apparently, he doesn't have to go F himself. He goes on Grindr. Anyways, that's was the original those are the original ultimatums. That was the original angry post about Mike Johnson not doing his job. Wednesday was yesterday. Here's Razzle Dazzle for that last update. He had a couple updates where he was afraid, he was worried, he said they were silencing him. All that went down. This was the last update that I've seen.
Well, it's Wednesday, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you're going to listen to this video, please listen in its entirety. Okay? I would refer to my video yesterday when I told you that I had provided this information to my legal team, and it was then provided to a trusted media outlet. I no longer have this information in my possession. It is in several sources' hands. This media outlet is vetting this information and will report on it. I legally cannot post anything on here now. That is the advice of my attorneys. I am not protected by any type of journalistic law for defamation or anything like that. I cannot release these files on here. I simply can't. The sheer amount of death threats do something to a person. I'm nervous. I'm very frightened for my life right now. They're coming from everywhere, and they're graphic, and it's a little more than I can handle right now, but I know that's what they want. Okay? As for my fundraiser, if you don't want to donate, don't donate to the fundraiser. I am paying lawyers. No lawyer is taking this pro bono. That's all I can tell you about that. I'm not scamming anyone. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. I can't read all comments and answer all messages. But one thing I want to address is people saying that I'm an actor and a comedian. That's true. I'm an actor and a comedian. I do stand-up comedy frequently. And I'm in quite a few TV shows. I've lost my representation. I've lost every job that I had lined up. For safety reasons, obviously, my management and agent can't send me out on auditions right now because it's too hot. I'm still in hiding. I've been watching cameras at my residence, and I don't know how people are finding out where that is. but I'm not in that area. I'm in a different state completely. Um, so I thank you. I know this is not what you were hoping to hear today, but rest assured this information will be out. I haven't stopped shaking in 3 days. I know there are consequences to words, and that's what I'm figuring out with my attorneys right now. This has been a lot. Thank you for the kind words and the messages of encouragement, and to the people who have donated to help me fight. They will try to silence you as they've tried to silence me. They will come for you. I found that out. Be safe out there.
It doesn't seem that they tried to silence old Razzle Dazzle. It seems that they've silenced Razzle Dazzle. But let's get to the main purpose of all this whole thing, because I saw some of the debates and the topics and the talks that was happening on yesterday's video. And the debate back and forth and the talking was about, is this guy for real? Because now we've gone from, I think it was Sunday or Monday when he started this, all the way up through yesterday, and we still have none of the information. And each one of the steps of the updates was a little bit more fear, the next level of more pain and aggression. And now he's fearing for his life. The only way to make sure that this is real is for it to happen. And right now it's not happening. So right now it's not real. That's all we can say. I mean, it's it's just what it is. It's the reality. And he brought up the fact that he's an actor and comedian, does a lot of stand-up, isn't be able to get that much work anymore because of these death threats. He's been shaking for 3 days. He's no longer as aggressive as he was at first because he's getting these death threats. He's scared. He's gone into hiding. People are looking for him. He's checking his ring cameras or something around his normal residence, and he's making sure that he's laying low. There's so much here that would lead this to look like it's completely fake, which I see all that. And there's plenty here that would lead this to look like it's somewhat real. But the thing about reality is if it's released by whatever news outlets that he said he's given this information to, they'll release it if they claim that it's valid. Or, silencing will happen there too. Whichever way it goes, I'm in the business now of less talk and more results. I've been saying it when politicians, sometimes even some Republicans, have been like, this is a little bit off. I disagree with that aspect of what's going on here, but then they stop there. Where's the actionable step that's next? Not that this guy has a particular responsibility. He's not some elected official. He doesn't represent other people. But if you come forward and make a declarative statement like that, I mean, it either happens or it doesn't happen. Whatever. That would just be a side note to Mike Johnson's story because believe me, there's too many other things about Mike Johnson that make him worthy of being booted out of government, for him to be prosecuted for lying and covering up all these things that he covers up. Um, so, I mean, that's just normalcy. We don't need this one. This would just been a nice, an exposure of more of the hypocrisy really is who he is after all the Moses and I'm a super Christian talk.